Arsenal's return is around the corner, with a game at Old Trafford looming, with so much to break down going into it. Today we've got a massive update in terms of Arsenal's impending departure. We'll also find out about the surprise news regarding Fabrizio Romano, discuss the intriguing moves in the left forward market, as well as finding out why the Arsenal attack is about to change massively. Yo, what is going on, guys? My name is Basketball T and welcome back to your boys channel, and I hope you guys are doing sensational. As Arsenal's Premier League return gets closer and closer, Andrea Berta also remains busy. So as per, smash a like on this video if you do enjoy and subscribe to the channel if you are new, helping your boys roll to 300,000 subscribers. But starting off with the impending departure, Alexander Zenchenko, a signing of summer 2022, arriving at Arsenal helping us into title contenders, where in 2022 was very important. Fast forward to 2025 and things are different. Despite playing a part in 4 of Arsenal's 5 preseason games, he was left fully on the bench against Atletico Bilbao, and the reports are starting to add up. As previously reported by Ben Jacobs, Fulham had made an approach to sign Zenchenko alongside Reece Nelson, with Arsenal open to offers around £15 million. Fulham were considering a formal bid. But with all the reports regarding their own left back, Anthony Robinson, according to Sam C, he has rejected the chance to go to Saudi Arabia as he considers his next move this summer. Despite giving the offer some thought, the US international said to be prioritising a switch to the Serie A or remaining in the Premier League, which did get a few Arsenal fans thinking, with the whole idea of improving our left-hand side. Signing a proper overlapping fullback could really help our team dynamics. But it looks like in the case of Zenchenko he is going elsewhere, as reports in Turkey confirmed Fenerbahce had made an official offer to Arsenal for Alexander Zenchenko. Jose Mourinho wants to use Zenchenko in his number 6 position, having played for Arsenal in 2024-25 as a number 6. We all know Zenchenko's ability to play in midfield, from being an inverted left back to also being so good in terms of progressive play. There was a reason why he was so important in 2022-23. But for a player that's also on massive wages, there's a reason why a lot of teams have failed to make a move. But in the case of Fenerbahce, as more reports have confirmed, they are now closing in on signing Zenchenko, as Andrea Berta tries to get more and more players off our books, even though Arsenal are still on the market for new players, after already making 6 different signings. The key for the new deals has always been the departures. In the case of Zenchenko, his Arsenal career looks to be coming to an end, because according to the Gunner blog, Zenchenko is available to leave Arsenal before the deadline, although the player is given consideration to seeing out his final year of his contract and moving on a free transfer in 2026. Arsenal naturally would prefer a sell in this window. But in terms of Arsenal and their own left backs, there is a massive debate growing. Ricardo Calafiori versus Miles Lewis-Skelly. As Arsenal approach a very important first game of the season, both of the left backs are fit, so who is going to be starting? Especially after that Calafiori masterclass against Bilbao, in the first half where he looked like a unicorn profile. So progressive on the ball, massively helping our tempo. When you think about fullbacks and comparisons, the only player that profiles similar in my opinion is Man City's Josko Gvardiol, a player that might have a centre-back's build, but their ability going forwards is undeniable. In the case of Calafiori, one thing I've always loved, whenever he starts for Arsenal we will always play at a higher intensity, providing the likes of Gabriel Martinelli a fantastic combination. It makes you think going forwards. With the idea of Mikel Arteta's left back changing this season, in previous years it's been all about the inverted left back, but focus on that game against Bilbao, with Declan Rice and Martin Zubimendi both playing in the build-up phase. It looks like Mikel Arteta wants to use his left back more as a number 8 as well, from Calafiori attacking the half space in the first half, to a similar role for Miles Lewis-Skelly, a player that might be a different profile compared to Calafiori, but the idea of playing him as the advanced left number 8. We saw the effect against Real Madrid in the Champions League, arriving in the area with a lovely cross to Mikel Merino, as Arsenal made it 3-0. Miles has always been a fantastic ball carrier, but with the amounts of Arsenal fans that thought the exact same thing, his future is definitely further forwards. This change from Mikel Arteta could be massive, in offering our attack a different dimension. For an Arsenal attack that is changing massively, first with the arrival of Martin Zubimendi, not only to Arsenal have a far more incisive passer, but also a player that's not scared to roam forwards. As perfectly seen against Bilbao, noticing Martin Odegaard dropping deeper, Zubimendi was not scared to progress forwards, offering Arsenal further combination going forwards. The arrival of new coach Gabriel Heinze has definitely seen a change. From Arsenal trying to be far more progressive and direct, the game against Bilbao was the perfect example. Think about the amount of times that Arsenal were going long, Zubimendi and Rice both firing over 5 long balls in the game. Not only are Arsenal trying to play with more urgency, but they have also signed players that are not scared to shoot. From Victor Gyokeres firing off 4 shots per game last season, to Madueke firing off 3.5, Mikel Arteta is clearly trying to bring back that 2022-23 type of football. The quick, incisive play to break teams apart. No fear of playing centrally, the prime example being Arsenal's second goal against Bilbao. Gyokeres dropping deeper to find Odegaard, looking straight in behind for Gabriel Martinelli, who laid it on the plate for Bukayo Saka. In a space of a couple passes, not only were Arsenal in behind, but it's the type of football the fans have been crying out for, with more urgency and more intense, a type of style that can invigorate the Arsenal fan base. In 2024-25, there is no denying, Arsenal at times are way too boring. So as Mikel Arteta tries to bring back the excitement, we also have to talk about another very exciting talent. As 17-year-old Andre Harriman signed his first professional contract at Arsenal for a player that also made his first ever senior appearance during Arsenal's tour of Asia. For all the talk of Lewis Skelly, Wanyeri and Dalman, this is a profile that definitely catches the eye after getting 13 goals and assists in 12 starts for the Arsenal under-18s last season. Take for example his highlights against the PSG under-19s. And look at the way that he was moving. Fantastic one-touch play, as well as great box movements. In terms of the physicality and the type of striker that he is, I see a lot of a certain Victor Osimhen, an instinctive mover inside the box and knows where the ball's gonna land. At 17 years of age, of course we have to give him time, but looking past 2025, you wonder what his role at Arsenal is gonna be. Can Per Mertesacker secure him a good loan to allow him to develop elsewhere? Because in terms of the profile, I see a lot of things to work off. But focusing back to 2024-25, Arsenal remain in the market for a new attacker. But can they get a certain Fabrizio Romano? Well, here was the Crystal Palace director Steve Parish speaking about his future after the Community Shield with a very intriguing quote. Players come and go and it's a life cycle. Hopefully they're still here. That's what I like, but we will see. Not denying the fact that Eze may be available or he could be leaving. And again that Eze dropped a red and white rating. It looks like a move to North London is definitely a possibility, but Arsenal are not the only North London team interested. As confirmed by reliable sources, Tottenham have also made contact over a deal for Fabrizio Romano. Talks have taken place, with even Fabrizio Romano confirming Tottenham are also back in talks with Fabrizio Romano in a separate deal for Savinho. Spurs are trying again for Eze while also working on Savinho, following an injury for James Maddison and the exit of Son Heung-min. Eze is keen, but the deal depends on Palace, as a release clause is expired. With even Ben Jacobs confirming Fabrizio Eze is open to Tottenham, but he'd also welcome an Arsenal bid, having spoken to Mikel Arteta already. Spurs are the ones moving, Arsenal are waiting as it stands with the outgoings, with Ethan Wanyeri also viewed as a number 10 option. News that a lot of Arsenal fans don't want to hear, with Spurs already making an offer for Morgan Gibbs-White early in the window. Even if that deal didn't happen, they have shown that they have the funds. So after a James Maddison ACL injury, a move for Eze makes even more sense for them. But for a player who's also a boyhood Arsenal fan, having come through the Hell End Academy, according to the Beautiful Game podcast, Arsenal do remain the race for Eze, but as of this evening Tottenham more advanced. After formalising contact, Spurs are pushing to get the deal done, with the player open to all possibilities. Expectation is that the deal could be done for under the reported £68 million release clause. For Arsenal and Andrea Berta, the clock is certainly ticking, trying to get the likes of Leandro Trossard and Fabio Vieira off their books. But with no moves confirmed so far, the likes of Spurs have their money. Other teams have made their sales. For Eze, a move to a team that is playing in the Champions League seems to be a priority. Spurs, of course, being in that competition, having won the Europa League in 2025. You wonder if this interest does push Arsenal's hands. Knowing that Spurs are also after the player, are they now going to make their move as well? Because in terms of the attacking midfield market, you've also got a certain Bilal El-Khanous, currently of Leicester City, who were relegated last season. According to John Percy, Newcastle have strong interest in Bilal El-Khanous, and they're looking for a possible deal. He has a release clause that has attracted interest from other Premier League clubs too. With Arsenal being on the market for another number 10, El-Khanous' profile also stands out massively. Despite getting only 2 goals and 3 assists last season, all you have to do is watch the player's highlights, and you'll notice his final pass quality, starting for Leicester in the opening day championship game of the season, and dropping an 8.2 rating, with 2 assists, 85 touches and 44 passes, 4 key passes and 3 big chances created, as well as 3 of 3 successful dribbles. 21 years of age is a lot of potential here, but for Arsenal in a year where they're going for a Premier League title, as well as potentially a Champions League, there's a reason why Eze is far higher up on that list. Mikel Arteta has made it very clear to the Arsenal board, he is looking for ready-made players. Now it falls to Andrea Berta and the rest of the Arsenal board to get the players off the books to get the funds available. But in terms of Mikel Arteta and more changes for 2025-26, as pointed out here, one thing you may have noticed at the last 2 home matches, there is no longer a pull-out cover at the players' tunnel at the Emirates Stadium, and that is because Mikel Arteta wants the tunnel cover removed so that the roar of the Arsenal crowd will intimidate opponents more. Right now the sound gets more muffled, which of course caused a lot of controversy all across social media. 5 years into Mikel Arteta's tenure, and these are the small details that we're still focusing on. Personally, I am not against it, but it's another example of the pressure that Mikel Arteta is under, where in 2020 these changes would have excited Arsenal fans. In 2025 there's a growing impatience, a need for trophies as soon as possible, which makes signing a left forward that much more important. So moving on to the left wing moves, the market itself is definitely getting intriguing, especially after a surprise move from Tottenham Hotspur. After a Fabrizio Romano exclusive confirmed, Tottenham have opened club-to-club talks to sign Savinho from Man City. Negotiations ongoing between Spurs and City, with Savinho open to a move if the clubs can agree a fee, with Spurs already making their first proposal worth €50 million, but Man City definitely want more. The reason why that's so important for Arsenal, if Man City sells Savinho, having already let go of Jack Grealish as well, it looks like they're going for a potential Arsenal target. As confirmed by some exclusive news, Man City will target Rodrigo if Savinho is sold, news that was then confirmed by Fabrizio Romano, saying that Man City are considering a move for Rodrigo after their imminent exits. Grealish gone, McAtee and Savinho can also leave. Man City see Rodrigo as a dream target. With Pep Guardiola a massive fan, Real Madrid will let him leave if the player wants, asking for around €100 million. With another report also confirming Rodrigo is demanding a whopping £290,000 a week to make the switch from Real Madrid to the Premier League, with his agent travelling to England this week to meet with 2 to 3 Premier League teams to see what options are available for his clients. Now Arsenal will definitely be a part of that conversation, but for a €100 million price tag, this is only a deal we can even talk about if we get some players off our books. So in terms of the future of Leandro Trossard, according to Sami Mokbel, the player is set to leave Arsenal this summer, with the likes of Borussia Dortmund and other teams from abroad reportedly holding interest. Trossard is the key to any left-wing arrival. Arsenal have made it very clear after making 6 signings. Any other deals need to have a departure. But if Arsenal can get the player off their books, according to the same source that broke the Rodrigo news, Vinicius Jr. has also been in secret talks with Man City, with the Real Madrid star considering a move away. The Manchester clubs Liverpool, Arsenal and Chelsea are monitoring the situation. The player is keen on a move to the Premier League this or next summer. Again, you can believe what you want to see, but for a source that's been ahead of the curve quite often in recent days, let's focus on Rodrigo first, before we even talk about Vinicius Jr. In the case of Arsenal going into their first game of the season, their left wing is definitely going to be an intriguing position. After Gabriel Martinelli got an assist against Athletic Bilbao, you also had a strong second half performance on Noni Madueke, coming off the bench with some nice touches, offering Arsenal a different type of profile, a player far more able to hold the width. I do feel a little bit sorry for the player, because let's say Arsenal can't get a left winger over the line, a lot of the pressure falls to him to make sure he delivers. Despite it not being his fault, that Arsenal haven't been able to get players off their books. For me, it is simply imperative that if Arsenal wants to have a solid window, that left wing will still need something different. Eberechi, Eze, Rodrigo, the options are definitely there, with Mikel Arteta already confirming Arsenal are actively looking at options. Could one be a certain player coming out of France? Because according to reports, Arsenal are in the battle with Liverpool for Lyon's wonder kid Malik Fofana, with Arsenal officials having made a trip to France on Friday night to chat with Lyon about Fofana. This comes on the heels of Liverpool also having discussions with Lyon a few weeks back. A young profile that is only 20 years of age. After his first year of being a starter for Lyon, getting 11 goals and 6 assists, in his first year of being a starter at Lyon, as shown by his positions played, he is mainly a left forward, while also able to play centrally. And when you look at his profile, the thing that stands out straight away, he is a fantastic progressive carrier. Another left footer also able to play on the left hand side. I am all for signing exciting talents, but not at the cost of a potential ready-made target. Because in terms of Arsenal and their current squad, after Transfermarkt released their most valuable 11 going into the 2025-26 Premier League season, a lineup including 6 different Arsenal players, with Raya being the most expensive goalkeeper, Gabriel Saliba and Timber in the back 4, Declan Rice in midfield, and Bukayo Saka the most expensive right winger. According to Transfermarkt, Arsenal currently hold the most valuable starting 11 in the whole Premier League, having seen that performance against Bilbao when the first team has started and the value is undeniable. But with these being our first 6 fixtures for the season, United away, Leeds at home, Liverpool away, Forest at home, Man City at home and Newcastle away, we are not getting an easy start. Things are going to be difficult straight away, so as Arsenal approach the first game of the season, it is going to be a battle of the front threes, with Arsenal's Saka, Gyokeres and Martinelli up against United's Cunha, Šeško and Mbeumo, a game that looks set to be box office. But that is the video there and there, so hopefully you guys have enjoyed. If you have, don't forget to smash the like and also subscribe to the channel if you are new. If you want to follow your boy on all of his social medias, and the links are down below in the description. But that was all of your latest Arsenal transfer news today. As we approach the final 3 weeks of the transfer window, things are definitely going to need to get intriguing. But more importantly, the focus turns to Old Trafford on Sunday, as we're going to get all the breaking team news in the next video, my friends. I'll see you next time. Take care and peace.